Busy weekend planned, plus a look at the new power supply case. Good late evening to you, YouTube. It's not that late, I guess. It's right a little bit before 10. Here with you this evening on a Thursday. Forgot what day it was. 9:52, that's the time. I went and visited Mom today and I did another flapping video. This time I left the windows up, used the AC, and I think that was better. Still not great. It's too much road noise. I think the camera ends up, or not the camera, but the Chemitech ends up picking up more road noise than me, and I've got the microphone sitting right here, so I'm not really sure exactly why it does that. But I think next time I try it again, I'm going to put the Chemitech in my shirt pocket. I usually just leave it in the console. There's a cup holder there. I just put it in the cup holder. And I think it gets some vibration from the road, although it shouldn't really be it shouldn't really be recording from that source. If it's got a microphone plugged in, it should just record the microphone. But I'm going to try it on a shirt, like I say, my shirt pocket next time, see if that cuts down anymore. So that's what I'm going to try. I am uploading the video as we speak. It is over an hour long, an hour and 3 minutes, I think. Again, watch it if you want. Don't have to watch it. No big deal. It's just an experiment on my part. And I'm going to get this down pat yet. You wait and see. So, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm starting to peel a little bit from the sunburn from the outage I had the other day at the rummage sale with my daughter. And, you know, it seems like once a year or during the summer I have to do this, and it just seems like the way it goes, I guess. But before I get too far, I want to show you, and I'm going to hook up the other camera here in a second and show you the, I'll show you here. This is the case for the power supply. I thought it was going to be bigger than that. You know, when it's difficult sometimes when you order stuff online like that to really judge, even though they give you the exact size. You know, it's still difficult in your mind, or at least it is my mind, to figure out exactly how big it's going to be. So that is the size of it. I'm going to take and got the transformer over here. I'm going to take this top off, and we'll take a look and see, excuse me, how well it's going to fit in here. And I'm curious about that, and maybe you are too. So let me do that before we go too much further, and then we'll come back. Alright, there you see the case in front of you. The inserts for the front and back are inside. If I can get them out, I will. There we go. Those are them. Now, funny, I only got like 6 screws instead of 8. So I think either they fell out or they just didn't give me enough. I don't know which it was, but not a big deal. I got screws I can put in it. But so that's what it looks like. What I'm going to do is take this top section off. I think it will come off. There. So that comes off and gives us another. I think the probably the best thing is to take the white parts off. I can sit this in here and just see what it looks like, if I can get it out of here without killing everything. This is my idea, basically, to set it in here. Well, let's try it this way. There you go. Now, that's obviously too tall, because the wires are going to be pressed down on it. So I'm thinking this cutout here on the other side is the same thing, basically, and just put that hole into the bottom, let the cutout stick down below it, and I think that will give us enough room to mount that. And I'm hoping I can mount this sideways like this, which I can. And I'm going to have to mark out the, you know, obviously mark out the where I need to cut the hole, and cut that. And I don't want to get too close to the, you can see down here, get too close to the feet where they tie in, but I think that's pretty far away from it there. I think that's the way, yeah, that's the way it's got to go. This will be the back here, this side. There's your primary wires up there. And so that'll go towards the back. Again, like I say, I think just the, I'll probably get the measurement and then take a, and mark it out that way. I'm going to take those white things off, the front and the back, white plastic pieces off, so I can get a good, you know, get a really good, take these off. And I think you just have to take the 4 screws at the bottom off, and then that should lift off and stay together because of this, I believe. But I think that's how that works. Looks like they've got nuts on them, I think, so we'll have to take that off. That's not a problem. But anyway, that's my plan on that, is taking that and mounting it down into the, I've got a little bit of space there. I don't have to take it down too much. What I was trying to get away from the feet for is, like I said, these, you can't really see them because of the white things, but the screws it's going to be mounting this. In other words, we're going to have to move it over this way a little bit more to get our things in here. And I may have to end up mounting something else a little different. I guess I could go ahead and do it this way. That might allow us to get a better, yeah, that might be better for everything, because it actually gives us a little more room, I do believe, even on this end. So yeah, I think that might be the way to do it. And the wires can go either way on top there, so pretty sure. Alright, anyway, that's basically a look at this. That's all I really wanted to do, was take a look at it and see. I knew it was going to be kind of close with the transformer, and this thing would fit really closely if it wasn't for the wires. In other words, if it didn't have those wires coming out of there, I could use it just like it is and mount it. But I think what I'm going to do is, like I said, cut that hole in there, and I'm going to try to clamp it in there a certain way so I can get some kind of mounting or marker and mark around that and get a good fit for it. And then I'll try to mark out my holes for the screws and get those put in. I can put some standoffs on it, washers, whatever you want to call it, spacers, and it doesn't have to go all the way down to the ground with that, just enough to get the wiring in and allow room for the top. In other words, these can bend over pretty flat. I mean, it's not totally flat, but I think it will go down far enough, you know, like that, and I believe that will work. So that's the plan. Anywho, I don't think there's any other way of doing this. I think if I mount it this way, that's pretty close there too. I think it's sticking up a little bit too far though, pretty sure. So that would not work. If it would, that would probably be the ideal situation. I can't get these out of here. There we go. Yeah, see, that's actually going to be above that thing. That won't work. I guess I could do the same thing with that. Maybe put that down in a little bit and let it stick out the bottom. That might be a better idea. I'll think about it, but like I said, I'm going to take off these white plastic parts and get that out of the way, and then I'll really get serious about how the best way to do this. So, alright, that's that. Let me get back to the other. Alright, you can see what I'm up against, or what I've got to work with now. This case got here pretty quick. I was fairly happy about that, and I'm hoping the rest of the components get here equally as fast. I've got the 10-turn pot for this. I've got the heat sink for this coming, and I think that's it. The rest of the components Bob sent, and I have my own perf board to make the circuit board from, and I think that's going to do it. My plan is, when the heat sink comes, to mount that on the case bottom, probably. I'm sure I'll probably mount it to the bottom of the case, and then let it. I'll take the paint off and put some heatsink compound between the two, to where the heatsink will actually use the bottom of the case for additional cooling. I think that's the way to go on that. I don't know how much cooling it's required. Bob doesn't know; he's not sure either. His biggest thing is making sure it's isolated from the FET heatsink, where it connects to the heatsink. That part has to be insulated from the chassis or the case, because otherwise it would be hot, and I mean that is in high voltage. We can't have that. It's going to be a ground potential. I think I'll probably end up using a 3-prong type cord for this, and go ahead and ground a case. So, you know, and there will be, like I said, 2-amp fuse in it. That'll be also in there. Now the front part, I didn't show you this, but the front part's going to have the meter, which I think I've already shown you here. This one here, and that's, in addition to that, it will have the see, that's kind of close right there. Jeez, oh Pete's. I think I'm going to have to, like I said, mount it the other way to get it all in. Like I said, it's going to have to require some good mounting and stuff like that to get this all done, but I will get it. I am going to use this case no matter what, so it may look strange, but it will work. Busy weekend. I had a busy. This is my start of the weekend today. Of course, I went to visit Mom. Mom's doing okay. She's I won't say she's great. She's not great. She's 92. The dementia doesn't seem to be improving any, obviously. I don't think it usually works that way. So she's had some dental problems. She's having a dentist come in to look at her, and she's going to get a perm. That made her excited. While I was there today, my sister was there, and I got to talk to her a little bit, and her daughter, my niece, Rachel, were there. And so you get to see them. And she's coming back, I think, Wednesday. She has some kind of meeting with the nursing home on some type of additional insurance. So I don't know. We'll see. Anywho, that's that. Tomorrow, another busy day. I've got my groceries ordered from Walmart. Be picking those up between 10 and 11 in the morning. And in the afternoon, then I'm going down to Brownstown, Indiana, which is the county seat of Jackson County, and visit my newest great-granddaughter. Have not got to see her yet. I picked up some things at Walmart while I was grocery shopping. Love that Walmart grocery pickup because you get everything you want. I got my other great-granddaughters. She's turning 5. Her birthday party is Saturday, so I will be busy that day too. So I've got her birthday present. I got that at Walmart. And I got the diapers and wipes for Lexi and the baby, Kennedy, Elizabeth. And I'll be taking those down to her tomorrow and get to see the baby for the first time. So hope to take some pictures, bring you back some pictures. And my new, I made mention of this in the video, our new our new company name for BD Electronics is BD Electronic Kits. Bob did some searching on Google, and he says there's just so many BD Electronics out there. He said he wanted to distance himself, or our company, from those, and I agreed with him. And so we went with BD Electronic Kits, and I think that fits. I mean, that's what we are. And I've changed the website and done that. I will try to put a link up for that, and so like I said, that's been, the logo has been changed. The email address did not have to be changed because that's what it was. It was BD Electronic Kits at Google, or at Gmail, so that won't have to be changed. Getting some feedback on the BDST. I sent out evaluation forms this morning and already gotten back a couple of those, I believe. I haven't actually got to check it. Bob's kind of taking charge of that this weekend because I won't be here. Like I said, I have so much going on, I just don't have time to do it, and he's graciously agreed to do it. So anybody sends anything to bdelectronickits@gmail, you can get Bob answered. Won't that be fun? We both get that our inbox comes in here, you know, equally the same. I guess it's not Pop. What's the other one? Whatever the other one is, I can't ever think of the name of it. But we both get the emails. So biggest problem I have is Bob generally gets them read before I do, and then they don't show up on my email as new emails because they've been read. So I have to actually go physically look at that account and make sure when there is or isn't something, so I can see them too. Anyway, that's not a big deal. Like I said, that's what's going on this weekend. A lot going on, and again, I'll probably work on I may do this again next week with Mom's visit. Now, this next coming week, I get to visit her Thursday, but the following Thursday, she will be gone. My sister's picking her up and taking her back to Vivi for the day. She's getting her hair done, perm, and my sister figured by the time there is somebody there that does it, but by the time you paid for it there, it would be cheaper to get everything done in Vivi and stuff like that. And I'm sure she will enjoy the trip back to Vivi and see everybody. She's going to take her back by where she used to live and visit her friends there, and I think that'll be nice. So that's that. So everything's coming together here. Like I say, just working on this stuff as best I can. I still haven't got the desk cleaned up. I guess you could probably seen, you know, parts of it when I had the other camera going. But eventually, I will get this cleaned up. Don't know when. Haven't really been doing a lot. Now, I did, that is another thing. Bill, old 64 Goat, decided not to mess with his Philco 46350-121, I think is the model number, radio, and I have agreed to purchase that from him, and he will be shipping that to me. I like the roll top style of that. I think that's kind of a unique style, and probably as far as being closest to an actual restoration, I probably will get as close as I can with that one. I'm not one for restoring radios much, but I kind of like the looks of that one, and I know Bill said it was hard to work on, but I've worked on similar ones. I've got a GE in there, model 150, very similar radio. It's instead of the wooden case, though, it has the plastic case, and it's you know, so it's just there were several different makes of that same radio made. GE, RCA, I think Zenith made one. Portable, they're portable, I guess as early as portables that you'll get. They got the 1-volt tubes in them with the 3-volt audio tubes, and so I'm going to play around with that. I already have some ideas, and he was gracious enough to send me another link for a better schematic, which I did download, and it is much better than the one he showed on his video, so happy about that. And I like to help out old Bill as much as I can, and he gets these radios and he can't work on them. I understand that because he doesn't have the patience and the eyesight, whatever it takes to do it. And I don't have great patience and eyesight myself, but I do have good enough to get the job done, I think. And I'll hopefully get that one going and see how it sounds. A little bit, now that has a 117 volt rectifier tube. And he showed that it had a diode in there. Now you can use a diode in there, but you obviously have to take the place of that filament, that 117 volt filament, to make that work. And so that's the problem. I don't know if they did that. Bill didn't seem to know if they did or not. And if that was done, then you know that may be the way to go with that, because that's going to be a better solution to the problem, I believe, than trying to find that 117 volt tube. So that's that. I know, here I am, I blabbed all day going to a mom's and talked to you, and now here I am talking again. So let me stop talking, and I'm going to upload this first like I did last time. And the rendered video that I'm doing right now, the flapping video for the drive to visit Mom, will be posted tomorrow at noon. And hopefully this will be up before then, because I plan on going back into the living room and editing it real quick and putting it up online. So that's the plan. Now, according to the upload time, it had over an hour to go. On the other one, it's an hour-long video, like I said, hour and 3 minutes, 1280 by 720, 720p basically. And so, you know, I can do two at once. I don't like doing it that way, but I can do it. So once I do it, because that one's scheduled, I can just go ahead and tell it to be scheduled, and I don't really have to sit there and watch it. It'll take care of itself. So that's another thing I like about scheduling. You basically tell it to schedule it, when to schedule it, and turn it, hit the button, and you can basically just leave it go. It will do it on its own, and that's all you need to do. So, all right, like I said, I'm going to stop talking. Excuse me. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I do appreciate you watching when I do make a video. They're few and far between, I know, but you know, I'm trying something new and seeing how this works out. So, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching, and we will see ya.